Thank you, thank you. When I was a senior in high school, we lived in Virginia, and my dad was really sick. His cancer had come back, and I was angry because, well, I was 17, and he had always been sick, and he always got better. And he traveled for work a lot, and he was gone. But this time it was different. He came home early from a gig, and he never comes home early from a gig, even when he was sick. So I knew something was wrong, but I was hopeful. And my teachers all knew what was going on at home. And other than my two best friends, I didn't tell anybody. I didn't want people to know what was going on. Didn't want people in my business. I didn't want their sympathy either. I didn't want to be reminded that the strongest, most vibrant man in my life was like at home, withering away in hospice. So I didn't talk about it with a lot of people. One of the people that I did talk to it about was a task force dean, and he was like, "Well, why don't you write a song? Maybe it'll make you feel better." And I thought, sure, why not? So the first song I ever wrote, he left me alone in a room with a guitar track playing, and I wrote a melody and lyrics to it, and I recorded it and ended up playing it at my father's funeral when he passed away a few weeks later. I was going to try and do it tonight, and that is not happening. But after my dad passed, I felt incredibly lost, It was weird because he was gone a lot and traveling for work, so it wasn't unusual for me to go a long time without seeing him or hearing from him. So it was almost I was able to pretend like he wasn't gone, just somewhere in a country conducting or, doing something. I'm not sure how healthy it was, but it helped at the time. And I decided I would come to Chattanooga because my dad's conducting competition was being held here, and I was going to work as a translator. And so I went to college here, and although I didn't go abroad and study, I had all these plans. I was like, I'll be in Chattanooga for a minute. I'm still here. I love Chattanooga. It's beautiful. I moved here by myself when I was 18. I grew up a lot. I experienced a lot of life. For example, marriages, divorces. I became a mom. I started my first band. Shout out Smooth Dialects. Luckily, I befriended some really incredibly talented musicians, and I got to perform with them during different stages in their lives, of all of our lives, really. Some of them had to move away, started families. Some became a cop, a lawyer, don't play as often. Some, I've taken off, and I'm touring with Joss Stone and Maggie Rose, and some of them are still here doing their thing, and I found myself in music in a different way from being classically trained, classically trained pianist. I found my voice and my place in music. I wasn't just Vakhtang Jordania's daughter, I was my own person. And there's a book by David Byrne, How Music Works, where I feel he perfectly describes music and how powerful it is. He said, music is ephemeral. You can't touch it. It exists only in the moment it's being apprehended, and yet it can profoundly alter how we view the world and our place in it. Music can get us through difficult patches in our lives by changing not only how we feel about ourselves, but also how we feel about everything outside ourselves. I couldn't agree more. Music's always been there for me to express so many emotions, get you through loss and anger and sadness, but also bring me joy, pure happiness and adrenaline. Music is my drug of choice, if you will. There's nothing that gets me more hype than singing. It can be anything from singing 3 or 4 hours in the studio, I'll be just as hype after that as like playing a show with a band, you know. I've learned to tap into that ephemeral that is music. And when I started playing live with musicians who would improvise, oh, you want to talk about magic. When bands jam, it's a special thing. Think about it, you know, you're all playing something, a groove, and someone's doing something and you're into it and everybody's like, yeah, yeah. And then you sing something or somebody plays something and then you're just like, oh, that was it. And then it's like, oh, what did I do? Oh, what did you do? Wow. Please tell me somebody recorded that. Somebody recorded that. But there have been so many times, that's tapping into it. That's the tapping in. You're not in control. You're just letting go. You know, you're in the groove and magic happens. It's almost like the less you think, the better it is. And yeah, so this next song is called R&R. When life's lightning and thunder, feel it pulling you under. You know what they say, rainbows follow the rain, the rain. Without you, I confess that I've really been a mess. Do you still dream about me, babe? Like I dream about you. Please don't close the door. We had way worse before. To get to that good, gotta push through the pain. Try to drown in your sorrows, but they breathe like the fish. When life's lightning and thunder, feel it pulling you under. You know what they say, rainbows always follow the rain. Yeah, you know what they say, rainbows always follow the rain. You try to drown your sorrows and they breathe like the fish. And what happens tomorrow ain't gotta be like this. No, try to drown your sorrows, but they breathe like the fish. And what happens tomorrow ain't gotta be like this. No, you know what they say, rainbows always follow the rain. Yeah, you know what they say, ooh, rainbows always follow the rain. Thank you, guys. That song is called R&R. I wrote it right before the pandemic. I had just gotten out of a really bad relationship. Whew, got out of that. I rebranded. I was Lavender now. And I felt like I was bursting with inspiration, you know. I had all these gigs with people, and I had even started playing by myself with pre-recorded loops, and things were getting better. And then the pandemic hit. And I know it was crazy for everybody in 2020. It was definitely disheartening as a musician. All of a sudden, large crowds of people are not allowed. And I've always thought, I was like, man, my dad would have been so proud. I had done it, like I was a career musician. I was making income and stuff. But no one knew how long it would be before we were allowed to play live again. And online, it seemed like all of my favorite artists were making the best of the situation and working on albums and stuff, but I didn't feel inspired. You know, as a mom, I was freaked out. Oh yeah, I'm a mom. I was freaked out and missed playing live with my friends. And so finally we decided to be in each other's, circles. And we'd get together and jam and hang out. And from recording some of those get-togethers, we wrote some songs. And it really helped me stay sane. It had been so long, or right before things stopped, I felt like I was on fire. And then when things opened back up again, I'm not gonna lie, I was rusty. Or at least I felt like I was rusty. It'd been so long since I had performed in front of people. It was like I had to knock all the cobwebs off. And it made me a little nervous, and it's something that I had to let go of. I don't know if anybody else experienced that as well. But to carry on, you gotta let go, and let go of who you think you should be and sound like, look like, or just do what makes you happy. Life is too short to say what if. Wear the outfit that you love and haven't worn yet. Get that hairdo that you want, that you think you want. You want it. Do it. It's gonna look great. Dye your hair. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Release the song. Oh, here we go. To all my musicians out there, release it. Release them. They're never gonna be perfect the way you want them to be. Release them all. Die empty. Am I right? Be open to inspiration. It can come from anything. It can come at any time and anywhere. My favorite tool is on my phone. It's my voice memo. Everybody got, love that tool. It's to all my musicians out there, go back into that voice memos. You got gold in there. You don't know it, but you do. Even if it's just a lyric line or a melody, it might tickle something that, allows you to finish something that you started, And if I can give one last piece of advice, please don't give up on your dreams. Whatever it is, no matter how ridiculous they may seem to other people or even yourself sometimes. Because when I was a little girl, you know what I wanted to be when I grew up? A Spice Girl. And I think I've gotten pretty close. I'm on the right path, right? But yeah, this last song, again, thank you so much for having me and getting to know me today. Thank you, Maggie, TED Talk, everybody, Cody, Alex, Keese on guitar. Thank you. Abe, you did great. Mon, I can't wait. I love being the sandwich. I love meat in the sandwich. I love it. So this last song is called Alien Tigress of the Sun. Yes, and this came from one of those, a little idea off a snippet of a recording of a jam hangout. So look back in your your phone for gold. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And this one I'm not playing on because it's too hard. But if you guys would just snap with me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah. I said, come on. My love for you all hang the moon and stars. I know you've read it, baby, in my cards, 'cause you're my little everything. Yeah, you're my little everything. Yeah, alien tigress of the sun. You do it to me, you light me up. Alien tigress, you're the one, my pretty baby, you light me up. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. You are the only one I wanna please. I'll worship you down on my knees. You're my little everything. Yeah, you're my little everything. Yeah, alien tigress of the sun. You do it to me, you light me up. Alien tigress, you're the one, my pretty baby, you light me up. All I want from you is time to drink you in and make you mine. You're my little everything. You're my everything. You're my everything. You're my everything. You're my everything. Thank you guys.